Here's to the dreamers, the seekers, the wise. Crystal lavender will reach in the skies. Through tarot and starlight we'll always roam. In the heart of the universe we found our home. Those where the mystics play. We speak the language of the Milky Way. A touch of Venus, a kiss from the moon, guiding lost hearts with a sweet gentle tune.
Hello, hello, welcome here, welcome back. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on, whatever time you're watching this video. This is going to be a video for the Capricorn Collective. Happy birthday, Capricorn. So we're going to see what's good with your love life. So welcome here, welcome here. Before we get started, we're going to talk about this. This is my book. It is called Say You Love. And it is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood, SA, and addiction, okay? And I wrote this whole entire thing using my phone and some paper. And I share my story as honestly and as vulnerably as I can for anybody out there that's sitting in silence thinking that they're all alone, okay? Like, I share some of the most embarrassing things of my life in this book right here, because I don't want anybody to feel like they're not worthy, that things will never change, okay? Like, this goes all the way from the stuff that happened to me when I was a child to running away from home as a teenager and living on the streets of Las Vegas and hopping illegal freight trains and being in a punk rock band, like all kinds of stuff up until the point of my recovery. Like, hi, my name is Crystal and I am almost 4 years completely clean and sober. So let's get this party started. That will be in the description box of every single one of my videos. I didn't have a book back in the day, so it's not in my older ones, but it is in all of my newer uploads. And you can get it on Amazon for $12.12, or you can get a free copy if you go to my website, or you can get a signed copy if you email me. And all of that stuff will be below the video, okay? All right. Capricorn. What's good for the Capricorn Collective? What do we got? For the Capricorns, beautiful Capricorns, happy birthday. Let's come to the Capricorns. What do we got for Capricorns? Oh, the Star in reverse, the Two of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Cups. Some of you have lost hope for a situation, like with the Four of Swords and the upright on top of the Star card. Some of you have lost all hope for a situation, like you're ready to put it to rest, like you're not feeding it any more energy. you're ready for the wheel to spin with the Wheel of Fortune and the upright on top of the Two of Swords here. It's like you don't want to hear it, you don't want to be a part of it, you just don't want to participate in the fuckery no more. You don't want to participate in whatever this situation is. You just want to put it to rest. You want to have peace. You want to, like, peace at whatever that means. If peace is like not talking to this person or not talking to this group of people, then you're just like, I'm cutting it off. Like, you're cutting off whatever is disturbing your solitude, your sanctuary, your peace. You could just be tired of repeating the same thing, or you're dealing with somebody that always has the same problem, but never any solution. It's like they're always coming to you for help, and it's always this exact same problem, but they never have any solutions. It's like they've got a problem for every solution, so you're putting it to rest. Like, you're like, I can't give to this anymore. I feel like you've given financially, you've given emotionally, you've given as much stability to the situation as you can, and like, you're drained. Like, this situation drained you. It's like, I've tried to help you. I've given you so many different, like, ways to fix this problem or to create peace for yourself or in whatever the situation that you're dealing with is, and it's like they don't take any of your advice. They'll come to you for help, but then not take any of your advice. So yeah, you're tired of giving to the situation. Like, you've definitely lost a lot of heart about this. It's like, at first you were like totally willing and able, like, go get them, like, willing to sacrifice, willing to lend, willing to be there, to put yourself out. And it's like, after the same cycle is just repeated and repeated and repeated, and it's like you don't see any sort of improvement. Sometimes the best way for other people to learn their lesson, or for even us to learn our lessons, is to actually put in that tough love. All right, like I feel like you're going to have to put in some tough love, set some really strong boundaries with someone. And it's not because you don't care, and it's not because you're mad or angry, or that you don't have love for them. It's just like you have tried, and you've 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 given, 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 and it's always the exact same thing. You always get the exact same result. Like, they always come back with the exact same problem, and they always don't have any sort of solution. So you've decided that the best way for them to learn is to figure it out themselves. Figure it out. Tough love, right? Moving forward. And it makes you feel like a bad person, you know? Like, you're so kind and so giving that it makes you feel like vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable. Like, you're very emotionally vulnerable to this person or to this situation, but like, there's you can't you can't keep putting yourself out there and depleting all of your resources and all of your energy trying to fix this situation. And I don't know if this is a romantic situation, or like a relationship outside, like maybe with your child or with your children, or a family member or something, somebody that you've been helping for quite a long time now. Just doesn't get it. They can't stand on their own 2 feet. And the more we try to rescue them, the more they don't learn how to rescue themselves. It's like sometimes we're inhibiting their growth by constantly being their survivor, constantly being their person that they go to, their go-to person for whatever it is you got going on, or whatever it is they got going on. You got the Fool in reverse. So don't put yourself out, all right? Don't take any crazy leaps of faith, especially if you can't, you can't afford it mentally to listen to this person's stuff anymore. It's draining you. Whatever it's going on is draining the life force out of you. And you don't want to be the bad guy. It's really hard to learn self-love when we have that constant people pleasing. Like, saying no was one of the hardest things that I ever had to learn for myself, because I was constantly like worried about abandonment, or worried that if I told this person no, then they're not going to be my friend, or they're not going to be my boyfriend, or they're not going to be my lover, or they're not going to say nice things about me. And I had to learn that saying no was essential for my own health. All right. I had to learn that saying no, like, no, like, I can't give you a ride over here whenever, you just call me out of the blue and need a ride. That's all you ever call me for. It's like, this person, they only ever get a hold of you when they need something. All right. It's like, they don't call to check on you, to see how you're doing, to see how your life is, just to touch base with you. It's like, they only reach out to you when it's convenient for them, or when they need something. And I feel like you're just over it. The star card in reverse twice, different deck. Star card, reverse. Yeah, you've lost all hope for this person or for this situation. And that's probably the best thing that can happen. This person's never going to know how to save themselves, how to self-regulate, you know? It doesn't make you a bad person. Yeah, I feel like you feel really trapped in this situation. You're like, well, if I don't help them, what happens if something bad happens to them? It's not your fault if something bad happens, okay? Do the best that you can, if you can. But if this situation is causing you to feel like this, then really evaluate, like, if that's even worth it. Is it worth it? And one of the things, like, people will definitely try to accuse you of being a bad person. It's like, you don't help them one time, and it's like, all of a sudden everything that you've ever done for them has been swept under the rug, and like, you're a bad person. Like, oh my God, now you're a bad person because you didn't help this one time. So let them say whatever they're going to say. Let them have a temper tantrum. Let them feel however they're going to feel, okay? Because it's not your responsibility. It is not your responsibility to fix whatever this person's got going on, especially if they just keep coming at you with the same exact problem. Same exact problem, same exact problem, and absolutely no solution whatsoever. Or they'll come to you with some like, lofty idea of how they're going to fix this situation, but then don't even have any follow through to it anyways. So, and it makes you completely out of balance with the temperance in reverse. Like you could be dealing with somebody that has addiction issues, all right? And one of the things about an addict is how do you tell if you're enabling an addict or not? Is if they're happy with you. If you are working with somebody that you know is in active addiction to pills, to drugs, to alcohol, to whatever, like we have a tendency to enable people because we want the best for them and we don't want them to think badly of us. But in all reality, like you could tell if you're enabling an addict is if they're happy with the decisions that you make towards them. You know, as soon as you cut them off from, financial resources or from being their scapegoat or the person that they only call when they need an escape, you cut them off from that, and then all of a sudden you're just the bad guy. You're the bad guy, Capricorn, for for not bailing them out of the situation that they put themselves in. And I think they think of you as like the bank. It's like this person thinks that you're just, you just got all this money with the King of Pentacles. They think that you're, like you have disposable money. They don't realize that like you put just as much work into yours as everybody else does. you know all right, let's get a different message for a different group of Capricorns. That was a message for, I know not everybody, and if it doesn't resonate, check your moon, your sun, your rising. Don't be like Cinderella's ugly stepsisters trying to fit their fat feet into some shoes that don't fit. All right. If it doesn't fit you, if it's not your shoe, not your issue, then let it go. Right. Right. All right. Let's see if we could get a different message for another Capricorn out there. Somebody out there needed to hear that message. Ooh. You've got the Death card, the Lovers, and you've got the Death in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, the Fool in the upright, and the World in the upright. I feel like some of you are worried that the person that you're into like has unrequited love with the Lovers in reverse. That you feel super connected to them, or they feel super connected to you, and it's like one or the other is just not as into it as you are. Like you might feel a little bit of taken advantage of, but it's like you don't want to let it go with the Death in reverse. It's like, how do you let go? Like you've worked so hard for it, you've been so committed, you've been so loyal. You're trying to decide, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it over, or is there something there to work with? Because you got the World and the upright, which indicates a completed cycle. That's like a completion, major completion of major cycles. So, but then you have the Death card in the reverse here. It's like it's over, but you don't want it to be over. You don't want it to be over. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries. We got Aries, Gemini, Scorpio. But you're willing to take a leap of faith. You're about ready. You're almost ready to be like, you know what? Throwing in the white towel. Throwing in the white towel. Trying to find something that's better aligned for me. And walking away. I feel like a lot of you are like in that in between, like you're not sure if you're ready to go or if you should keep putting in time and effort into this situation. But it does feel like whatever karmic contract you guys had with each other, whatever soul lessons that you were here to learn with each other have been completed. They've been completed. And you can tell that the love's just not there no more. The love, the passion, the enthusiasm is just kind of, not there. And it feels like you're ready to take that leap of faith. and see what else is out there. See what else is better aligned for you. Because it does feel like this situation is over with. So it's like somebody's trying to hold on. It's like holding on to nothing. It's like there's nothing really there to hold on to. And the Wheel of Fortune, the upright. Yeah, it's if you're looking for permission to do something new, for those of you that resonate with this message, like you absolutely, the cards say to head on out, make like a fetus and head on out. The world card in the upright, but it doesn't have to be ugly. That's one thing's about a lot of breakups that happen. It's like we break up with somebody and we see the ugliest freaking versions of ourselves and of the other person that there is possibly to experience. You know, it doesn't have to be ugly. We don't have to put the point the blame on other people. We don't have to point fingers, especially if it's just something that's like okay, like it just feels like it's time to go. Because if you don't leave when you know it's time for you to leave, when the universe is pushing you to do that, and that tower hits, man, like it'll be so much uglier if the universe does it for you. But I feel like there is definitely something else out there for you that you need to accomplish, that you need to experience. There's a different connection on the horizon that is for you. Yeah, the Page of Cups, there's something else out there for you that you need to experience. Like I feel like this situation with this person is over. And you know that it's over. The Ace of Cups, Page of Cups. There's definitely something new out there for you. You just have to take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith in yourself, in your own knowing, especially if you know that it's time to go, but like sometimes we're in relationships and like there's really nothing wrong. Like the person didn't cheat on you, they're not abusive. It's like there's really nothing wrong, but you just aren't vibing, you know? Like you're just not, it's like it's just not it. And the more you prolong what's not for you, the longer it's going to take for you to find the one that really is for you. There's nothing wrong with honoring those feelings that you have. If you feel that it's time to go, like you don't need a reason to go. You don't have to turn into a butthead, just so you could get the other person to break up with you. Like I've seen that happen. I've had that happen in my own personal experience where somebody is like, they just turn into a complete butthead out of nowhere, and it's like because they're trying to get you to break up with them so they don't look like the bad guy. All right, don't be playing any of those games. It's not necessary. That's completely unnecessary. We don't need to play those games. But it does feel like this connection is over, and there is, like, you have a new connection just on the other side of this. The Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Emperor. All right, so if you're looking for permission to feel your true feelings and for them to be validated, even though like it might hurt somebody, but I mean, in the long run, what's worse, somebody staying with you knowing they don't want to be with you, or somebody being straightforward with you like, hey, I don't think we're vibing? You know what I mean? Like it might be painful, but in the long run, like I'd rather be punched in the face with the truth than kissed with the lie any day. All right, so it's just a matter of honoring your own feelings. Like honor your feelings. If you feel like it's over, yeah, go inside, do the work, feel your feelings. All right, and then honor them, honor how you feel. Like it might make you the bad guy to just cut it off with this person, especially if like there's really no reason. But you don't really have to have a reason to not want to be with somebody if you don't want to be with them. If you're just not vibing it and you feel like there is something that your soul is missing, and not on a codependent level, because a relationship isn't going to provide you happiness. It can enhance your happiness, but it's not going, like if you're putting all of your happiness into another person, then it's always going to be disappointing. You're always going to be disappointed. Nobody can fill that cup on the inside but you. All right, So as long as you're not just trying to fill this void, like this attention, this we get into relationships, and then all this dopamine happens, and we're like super in this like lovey-dovey honeymoon phase, and then that goes away, and then we feel like that's no longer love. And love isn't that actual feeling. Like love is a choice, is a commitment. you know you're not going to have those lovey-dovey feelings like you do in the beginning all the time. And sometimes we become addicted to just that. And like once that goes away, we're on to the next fix. So make sure that you're not leaving this situation because you need your next fix per se, but absolutely honor how you feel. Okay, if you feel like this isn't the relationship for you, but there's really no reason to break it off, it's still valid. All right, it's still valid. And if this person did cheat or is shady or whatever, then you like like boy, girl, please, okay? You have full permission to bounce out of this. But you could be dealing with a Virgo. We got Virgo, we've got Aries, we've got Libra, Aries again, Gemini, Scorpio. So yeah, make sure you honor how you truly feel. Honor your feelings, because in the long run you're doing yourself a favor and this other person a favor by being honest with yourself. And remember, it doesn't have to be ugly, okay? It don't have to be ugly. Set your course. Know where you want to go. Have a plan. And promises that never come to be, empty words, not living in the now. This person just doesn't fulfill you, and maybe they don't fulfill you sexually, but you love them, but you're not fulfilled sexually. And that could be an issue. Like you're like, okay, like I sacrifice one for the other, you know? I mean, maybe try explaining to them like it's really hard sometimes. Like a lot of times we don't express what it is that we need or we want. Some of us are really timid in the bedroom, and some of us are super like loud. So if you're super timid about something, and like they aren't fulfilling you, make sure that you are trying to give some sort of direction. It's like give them some sort of direction. Tell them that you're not fulfilled. See what they do. Like I've had partners that like they didn't even care. It's like, oh, well, that's cool. Deuces. So I feel like some of you are just unsatisfied, either unsatisfied in the bedroom or just unsatisfied in general. But that dissatisfaction is valid. All right. I don't know if you've expressed your concerns to this person or tried to talk with them about it, but if they've done nothing to to make it better, they've put in no effort whatsoever to make it better, then I mean, what are you going to do? Your feelings are valid. It's valid. Yeah, I feel like you're making the Lover's card in reverse again. There's definitely a loss of feeling here. It's like this, it's been swell, but the swelling's gone down. Okay. I feel like this is somebody that you've been with for a while. This is a long-term type of situation here. And I feel like you're just not like you don't want to be the bad guy, but you're going to have to make that final call, that final judgment. Okay, because if you're just going to keep getting the same thing. I mean, try expressing your concerns to this person and see what happens. Maybe things will change, but if they don't change and they don't act like they care at all about how you feel, you know, what's making you dissatisfied, then you have your answer. All right? All right, what else do we got for Capricorn? What about the single Capricorns? That felt like somebody in a long-term relationship. Single Capricorns. What's coming towards the single Capricorns in love? What do we got for the single Cappies? Single Cappies. What do we got? Whoo. What? 10 of Cups. First card out. Damn. Whoever it is, 2 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 2 of Cups. Like you've got a serious, like 10 of Cups, that's like the permanent contentment in the realm of the heart. That's like after been around the block, been through it all. You know what I mean? Like you're tired of the games, they're tired of the games. It's like you finally meet someone on that same level. On that same level. I think that there is serious commitment with the Judgment and the Upright. There is serious commitment coming for my single Cappies. It's like you've fought it. You've been around the block, you've done been there. You've done been played. You've played every part. You've been heartbroken. You've been the heartbreaker. It's like you've been so tired of the games. I feel like you've been single for a while. Yeah. Like you've been single for a while, just kind of keeping yourself like to yourself, working on yourself healing. And then bam, dude, that 10 of Cups. That's somebody that is exactly on the same level as you. That's somebody that ain't trying to play no games. That is just as sick of the bullshit as you are. The 2 of Cups, very like-minded, have a whole lot in common. You guys both might be homebodies. Could definitely be dealing, could be a Virgo. You could find someone that's a Virgo. And it might come from like an outside social situation. It's like a friend of a friend. It's like I think you guys know of each other. You guys know of each other, but don't actually like know each other. But y'all is gonna get to know each other. Y'all is gonna get to know each other in all kinds of ways. Like this is very, very well. Like this is equal give and take. This is on the same level. Y'all on the same level. They might have a little bit of unfinished business, or you have a little bit of unfinished business with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. You might want to close out whatever you've got. Like if you've been fantasizing about a lover from the past, or you got like a baby mama, baby daddy that is still in your inbox, like maybe y'all still fuck around sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you're going to have to cut all of that off in order to get with this person. Cut off all of them ties, all them old ties. But you definitely have love around the corner with the Page of Cups. Definitely have love. Sun card, shoot. Single Capricorns is going to get lit for their birthday. Lit up, lit up in the right kind of way. That's that good ish, that happily ever after, like more than just soul family. Like this person is here to stay. Like once you meet this person, they ain't going nowhere. And I feel like you've been manifesting because you've been keeping to yourself. You're like, it's not that you ain't got options. It's like the options that you have just haven't felt right, you know? So you've been putting yourself on hold. Like, nah, I'm waiting for the one. I'm waiting for the one that feels like this, that feels like they are on my level, that I could talk with, that we could break down on the middle of the interstate and they're not going to freak out, like a lot of times, like we don't know who a person is, you know, like we jump into relationships so fast and we want like this instant family, this instant love, this instant marriage. And it's like, we don't even know like that we can't stand them. The longer that we're around this person, we're like, ugh, like you suck in crisis situations. Like like I can't stand your friends. I don't like the music you listen to. Like you snore too loud. You breathe like this. You chew. You talk with your mouth full. Like there's like the more you get around somebody that you actually don't know, the more you figure out that you can't stand them. And then you're like, well, we're already committed to this. Like, what do we do? They already done moved in. Now what do I do? You know, but I think that this person is going to be somebody that like you take your time with, that you really get to know, and you realize that like this person is exactly what you've been looking for. Like they're good under pressure. They're not crappy to their children. you know they got a good job. It's like there's a lot about people's personalities that we don't see right away. And I think that you're going to see this person you're gonna put them to the test. You know, you're gonna see how they act in different situations. And yeah, that's that 10 of Cups and the Sun card. Happy freaking birthday, Capricorn. Happy birthday, single Capricorns. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. Well, I think those are the message that my Capricorn friends needed to hear today. So thank you very much for being here. Please remember to hit that little like button and subscribe. Um, it's a little click for you, but a big bada boom for me. Okay. Big bada boom, chicken good, multi-pass. And happy freaking birthday. I love you guys so much. And until next time, vroom, beep, beep.